Hi, I'm Robin Barr, and I'm the guilty party who inadvertently invented Cold Sores Begone, which is a little herbal remedy that prevents a cold sore when you dab it on when you feel that first little tingle. And a few years later, I came up with Canker Sores Begone, which is the sore that develops inside the mouth. And when you dab that on, it seems to heal by the next day or two. It works very, very fast. But I started with cold sore Begone because I got cold sores almost all my life, and they were very embarrassing for me. Getting them about 4 times a year, they last 2 weeks, and they just, during that 2 week period, they go from ugly to uglier to horrendous to monstrous. It's awful. So I decided to see if there was something I could come up with herbs that might help diminish the severity a little bit. So I went to the local New Age bookshop and I did some research and I found some herbs that looked promising, and I went home and I made a little batch of herbs in some glycerin, and I waited for the next time I felt that tingling symptom. And when I did, I dabbed it on where I felt the symptom, and lo and behold, the cold sore never appeared. But I couldn't wrap my mind around the fact that I'd actually been able to do something like that, so I was sure it was an aberration. It wasn't a tingle. I was just over enthusiastic. So I had to wait till the next time, and I felt that little tingle, and I dabbed it on, and the same result. Nothing. Nothing came out. So I was able to reproduce that every single time over the next few years. And then what happened was I got laid off. And I was finding difficulty finding a job because of the salary level I'd worked myself up to at that time, and my best friend had just died at that time, and he left me enough money where I could start a business. So I actually named the products after him to memorialize him because he loved pewter wizards. And so I first had the icon of the wizard before I even had a product name, and then a friend helped me come up with the name Cold Sores Begone. So that's how I got the name. But that's how it all started. I started marketing it in my neighborhood at health food stores, and pretty soon I uh, hired some sales reps to help me across the United States, and it eventually got into health food stores and some of the biggest natural product industry distributors that there are in the country. And that's kind of how it all started about 19 years ago. And in the year 2000, um, the buyers from various stores were saying, hey, can't you come up with something for canker sores, because those are the sores inside the mouth, because we have a lot of people who have that problem and are asking for something. Do you think you can come up with it? And I thought, well, you know something, I think I can, because I get canker sores too. um, so I made a few adjustments in the cold sore remedy, and I made it more specific for a canker sore inside the mouth. And lo and behold, there was no way to prevent a canker sore because you don't have the benefit of that early warning symptom. But once you feel it and you have the pain, you just dab it on the canker, and for me, it's gone overnight usually. Sometimes it takes another day or so if it's particularly bad. But that's how it all started, and I had already established distribution in a lot of health food stores across the United States, and a few healthcare providers carried it in their practices as well. And so it was pretty easy to get the canker sore Begone product in. In fact, it was the very first canker sore remedy in the natural products industry. Was Canker Sores Begone. I'm kind of proud of that. But now it's like 19 years later, and I have a lot of competition, some pretty good products out there, but I don't know. I am getting the feeling from the feedback I get that Cold Sores Begone usually works pretty well. That's about all I'll say about that. Um, so it's less expensive than the prescription drug Zovirax, and it's more natural and topical, and you usually only have to apply it once and you're good to go. And so that's my contribution to society, is to try to make everybody's cold sore their last one. I know that's still true for me. It's just changed my life, actually. And now I have a canker sore remedy too. So that's my story. There's a lot more detail to it, and you can see that if you want to read about it on my blog, robinbarbuzz.com. under the About Robin tab. There's a lot more detail there and a lot of kind of little stories that were, how do you say this, serendipitous in nature. But that's it. So I hope you enjoyed that little story. Thanks.